Welcome, welcome. Me and Miss Rossi's just been hanging out with my grandbaby for the past hour. We did not have many people joining us, and she's hanging out with her grandbaby. So, what I have for you guys is me keeping my word for a monthly meeting. So, this is Remember, Release, Reclaim, part of Healing Through Arts Therapies, where we're working on becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. And today I have the writing prompt for you using this quote. And the writing prompt is to write from the perspective of someone inside the forgetting or someone watching it happen. So we're looking this month at dementia, Alzheimer's, caregivers. So this quote I found about dementia: this disease is like the teeth of God, biting into liquor, chocolate, and sucking all the memories out of your head like a maraschino cherry. There is no cure. Mhm. Now, Pat, I know you are with child over there and can't really participate on this. So, E, are you going to do a writing prompt, the writing prompt and share? Or would y'all like me to just share and we can keep on going? All right. Pat is sharing how tough it is for her watching her baby brother slip away to Alzheimer's. That's right. And he's really young to think about it compared to my father being the one that had dementia. Please what? All right. You're gonna hide out there in a minute, but you say hi. This is our youngest of four generations. What's your name? What's your name? Pat's brother is 56 years old and currently dealing with Alzheimer's. So I'm going to share the piece that I wrote using this quote, and then I'll read whatever comments Pat or Soul E puts on if they can't jump on. So again, dementia. This disease is like the teeth of God, biting into liquor, chocolate, and sucking all of the memories out of your head, like a maraschino cherry. There is no cure. By Anonymous. I'm afraid, knowing this agony, I can't stand to watch it. I will find a way to show up when you ask for help. I can only do it for so long before I break. He secretly wishes to be dead. I wished to give him peace. Sitting by his bed, sometimes he smiles, prepped for my arrival. Sometimes he sees me upon first arrival. I see that glint as he asks about my mother. Our banter. You been out? You meet any ladies? Come on, let's go. I'll drive. I'll be your wing woman. Watching old movies, different series. Sometimes he can't tell me what it is. Other times it's a side eye, my laughter reminding him he is not alone. He secretly wishes to be dead. I wished to give him peace. Unable to process thoughts, emotions, withering to bones, skin covers him like a thin sheet. He's disappearing before our eyes. I often whispered, "It's okay." I asked for permission to kiss the top of his head, bald spot, our joke. It was how I gathered my good luck from him. Now I had to watch out for the fist. My dad was the type of man you didn't walk up on. His dementia made him that sleeping man you didn't walk up on. His last day, I believe he smiled. My voice entered before I did, paused at the door, survival mode as I stepped back. They are changing him. Headphones to cast out what was upon us. Change is going to come, echoes as the tears streak. My big sister looks at me. He took his last breath holding my hand. All we could say, he did it. His stubborn, egotistical ass outlived his ex-wife, my mother. 49 days after her passing, he went and joined her on the other side. Casey, how are you? Oh, he disappeared, but that's okay. Pat, Soul E asked you a question if there was anything particular you do to balance yourself to be able to withstand. She said she prays. Prayers are definitely good. I absolutely prayed for my dad. Prayed for his peace. So, Casey, welcome. What I have over here is a quote about dementia being the catalyst for the writing prompt. And if you choose to, or if you guys have anything to share, just based on this theme, you absolutely can jump on. The writing prompt was to write from the perspective of someone inside the forgetting or someone watching it happen. I know for me to balance it out, I maintained our relationship of who I was with my dad. Talk the same trash that we always talked. Okay, so you don't have to raise your hand, just jump in, darling. So I'm gonna keep on going. I got another piece for you guys. So this piece that I also wrote for my dad, and it's funny, I talk about my mom a lot more than I talk about my dad. But before I read this other piece, Pat said once her brother moves back to Rhode Island, I think it will be a little easier for her. I can understand that. So my dad was just a quiet man, but a loud, outspoken man, if that makes any sense. So on the anniversary of his passing, I wrote this piece sitting on my front porch, just looking out across the street at this daggone tree. There's just something about watching trees, one solid truck with notches, scratches, missing limbs. As you look deeper, further, there's the branches, thick, skinny, hanging on by a thread, his path of the world. Fostering relationships, some grew stronger, branching out, branching off, some took root in another's misgiving, whether it be animal, nature, man made, the wounds. Heel, pointy, prickly, and rough. He leaves nothing for chance, strong sentiments among weakened dreams. Some trees maintain every season that unyielding loyalty. Others may wither, protecting that inner layer, falling prey on rare occasions. Those who leaves change colors navigate with an openness, willingness to let go, starting anew. Never being what you were, always being a little different, more or less. A tree is like that of a complex man, a man who was taught one thing but does another, a man who learns from his mistakes and theirs, a man who has many walks of life. Some produce offsprings with women they may have loved but could not live with. Some men leave with the belief it would be better elsewhere, but without growth and change, they become withered down, standing alone. What does change look like? Only man can answer. I'm listening. I miss you, Daddy. I realized you were like a tree, standing strong, always listening and rarely speaking. Thank you, Miss Rossi. She said it was nice. I don't know with this recording if y'all are going to be able to see the conversations and everything. Funny, I wasn't prepared to read multiple poems. Casey, jump on in.
Peace, peace. How you doing? How y'all doing?
Doing all right. And yourself?
I'm feeling all right. My service is a little choppy. It keep throwing me back in and out. I've been trying to raise my hand for a little while, but
I noticed.
yeah, I read the message wrong. I thought it said November 7th. I thought I missed it. That's why I said I got December on my thing. But just noticed this today, thanks to Soul. So I popped in. Didn't have anything prepared, but did want to speak on a friend of mine who passed away, coming up on about 10 years this year. A friend of mine named Trey. He passed away on his 23rd birthday. He had epilepsy. He had an episode in his room, and ended up transitioning. But he has been heavy on my heart lately. He was one of the ones that that I grew up with, so we were all in the same age group, if you will. And I was one of the first to move out of 23, but two of our friends didn't make it out of 23, so that number kind of stuck with me. And they've been heavy on my mind and heart lately as I'm doing more, and a lot of us are evolving, and they're just witnessing it from a different standpoint. But Trey, we were supposed to graduate at the same time. We were both going to walk the stage in June. He was going to be walking in high school. He was a little delayed in high school, and now we're supposed to be crossing the stage in college. He was in an alternative school, and he was definitely slacking a lot, and I would be one of the ones on his back pushing him through and making sure he got through the year so he can graduate and whatnot. So it was dope that they still did like an honorary called his name for graduation, and his mom got to walk across the stage and whatnot. But yeah, I wanted to honor Trey today and bring his name into conversation.
Yes, I love that. That means he's with us and he
Thank you,
decided
thank
you
you.
needed to come and have a conversation. So, E, how are
That
you,
part,
darling?
indeed, indeed.
Did you write a piece for him?
No, I have not. Earlier today, I literally sat and said that I'm gonna start constructing a piece. Me and Sol were chatting about doing a second installment to the OM event that she had hosted last year, AUM, Ascension Upon Mention, where folks come through and honor different people that passed away. We have a community altar, and folks can get on the mic and different things of that nature. So I just said I'm gonna sit down and actually put a piece together, try to get it ready for that day. So it's in motion.
Oh, that is amazing. Make sure I
Thank
know
you,
about
thank
this.
you.
Y'all know I'm not that great with Instagram.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. As soon as we cook up the fly, I'll definitely shoot it directly to you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm really glad I saw your story on Instagram earlier today. So I've also been in and out of there. So you're not too bad with Instagram because that's how we got here. So I'm very grateful.
I was able to this morning. It was like, okay, I listened to my morning meditation. It was like, okay, let's get on the computer and I can share it from Facebook, no problem. I just don't know where it goes. I can't go back and look. So I just sit there and pray, like, okay, I'm hoping people are getting this.
Whoever it's meant for.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And you see, I just literally just the other day, Spirit just put it in my heart to ask you how you're doing. When that happens, like nothing, I didn't see a picture somewhere, nothing. Spirit just kind of put you in my energy field for some reason. So I just said, "Hey, how you doing?" And then that's probably why I saw this today. So, it's a very symbiotic situation. Sometimes you think that you're going to offer something and you're going to receive something, vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
So it
Silent E is the one when I did the showcase, when we did the showcase, she was like, I love this. I love the way we're doing this. Let's do more. So I'm trying to commit to it. Sundays and Mondays, Sunday afternoons and Monday evenings, switching off to give people that opportunity to come in a new theme each time,
every week.
every month.
Oh, every once a month. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw the dates. You
Yeah,
put dates. Okay. That's cool.
once a month, so that we can artists, and it's open to everybody, but even giving artists that feel and that freedom to have that community session. I would say therapy session, but I ain't doing being the therapist today or anything of that. It is community session of us just reclaiming who we are.
hmm Do it on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you said the prompt, I didn't know the prompt, of course, ahead of time, but when you said it, I just opened up the notepad, said, okay, if words come forward, cool. If they don't, they don't. Words did come forward, so I will share them.
Yes.
I didn't want to think too much, I just wanted to see if something would come natural. I know I've
And that's why
experienced,
I don't send the
yeah.
writing prompt out earlier for that
Ah,
reason.
okay. I like that. Okay. Noted. So yeah, I have experienced being around people with dementia, um, early onset dementia, not too much very close to me one on one. The first person who comes to mind is my great grandmother, Marie. I remember being very, very young, probably 4, 5, 6, somewhere down there years old. The family threw a huge celebration for her 80th birthday. I was too young to know what was going on until I got there. All I knew was I was in this hall, this huge building, and I had never seen so many of my family members in one place, and they were there because of her. And yeah, I had to be like 4 or 5 years old, and I don't remember having a relationship with her before that. I just know that like we were just running around with the kids, and like we would kind of lap around, and every time I would do a lap, I would come back and kiss her on the cheek. I used to love like my elders, like just kissing their cheeks because they're all soft like
Yeah.
babies. And I was
Yes.
just, I don't even remember knowing her before that, but I remember just flooding her with kisses. Somebody must have told me it was her birthday. And I was just, she had Alzheimer's. So she's who comes to mind. Um, I'm sure I think I only knew her in the phase that she had Alzheimer's versus beforehand. And she's just near and dear to my heart just from feeling so much affection from her, for her. So thank you for sharing about your father. I can imagine, you know, those transitions being very difficult. And I'm always inspired to listen to people actively in the moment as you are, but also just sharing testimony about how they override like the reflex emotional human nature responses that we have, kind of not so much about rising above it, but just like navigating it in a way that you can still show up without feeling like, oh, this is too hard, this is too hurtful, I can't do it, I'm gonna have to turn away. So it's very inspiring, like for me to hear from you and Miss Pat about that.
Thank you. All right, share
Okay,
them words that
so
came to you.
thank you. Okay. It goes, how unfair, you seem to still be here. Got to be somewhere, but body and mind disagreeing with each other, and then others catch those strays. How unfair. You seem to still be here. Got to be somewhere, but body and mind disagreeing with each other, and then others catch those strays. I will you, like me, can remember better days until you're free. Then to the Most High still goes the praise, though not with ease. You press on through the haze. You'll always be who you once were to me. And whenever I please, I still see you in the sun rays.
I like that. I
Thank
like
you.
that. And I think this month, so it is National, how do they say it? It is National Alzheimer's Awareness Month,
Mm,
Hospital and Palliative Care Month, and Family Caregivers Month. So that also supported this theme, and I wanted
mm,
something that looked at giving, especially since we have Thanksgiving coming up. And the whole transitions and everything, and just thinking of what you said, the sunshine makes me think of my mom, and her birthday is next Monday. So
yeah,
it's one of those, as we do this, it's like, oh, ancestors are definitely coming to support us through these holidays and to continue building on legacies and love. I have
amen.
to give it up. My oldest sister is the one that took my dad in. I lived with my mom, so I was taking care of my mom. And before that, I was taking care of one of her brothers and his lady before they passed. So it was like just dividing and conquering. But when Lisa called up and said, Tony, I need you, it was like, okay, I could do my work there.
Yep.
So I would go and it's like, here's the food, here's what you need. She'd break it down and you just go in there and talk to him like the same person that I am. I'm like, this man used to call me a trollop all the time because I'd be dressing up, going out to a club or something. And I'm like, come on, that's just rude and disrespectful. And I'm like, so you ready to come party? You gonna be my wingman? So we started flipping it when I would go in the room, and he'd always have that smile because it was like he just knew I was talking
Yeah.
some. foolery with him about women
Mm-hmm.
and going out there and getting our date on.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
in
Was he
between that
big
and
on
looking like my mom,
listening to music?
he would. For a
Yeah.
while, he definitely would be out and about being present. And then it was like the last couple of years, he was just more bedridden. And my sister did very good with keeping his image alive so that we did not see, like, she helped change him, clean him, and everything. And my youngest sister, one of my youngest sisters, helped too. That was something that I was not capable of. So it was like we knew the boundaries. When she called up and said, I needed you, it was like, okay, but you know, I can only do A, B, and C. And
Mm-hmm.
she was like, that was good. We was under control with that. And it was amazing just being able to spend that time with him, cooking the
Yeah.
breakfasts he liked,
Mm-hmm. Heard.
and
Yeah.
being able to
Gratitude.
see his great grandbaby, the last of his great grandbaby so far. So both of my
The one that
parents
be
were
at the events
definitely,
with you.
yes, ma'am. She was just in
What's
here
her
the
name
first
again?
hour. Her name is Lucy Elise. I
Okay.
call her Pretty Girl, but her
Okay.
nickname that everybody is adopting is Gigi, that my mom gave her because it stands
Okay.
for great granddaughter.
Gigi, that's nice. That's cute. Yeah, she's a trip.
Yeah.
When did you said your mom's birthday is next week? What's her name?
My mom's name was Ellie.
Ellie. Word. I'll send her some energies.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. This month is very potent with the ancestral connection for sure.
Hmm. It is.
Do you
It is a
entertain
great
like
transition.
I don't I don't want to say entertain, but do you have like altar space? Is there a specific way that you choose to connect?
I kind of have an altar space. It's a little messy. It has my candles up there. It has the pendants with everybody's ashes in it and the cards for those that have passed. And then it's got a little other miscellaneous stuff that probably shouldn't be up there, but it's got to be kept away from the grandbaby. So it needed to go up high too. But I'm all
Heard.
about doing the candles. And we still have this basket that was made for my mom for Christmas. My daughters decided to put the box of ashes in there with some of the flowers and the card from the services
Mm,
and everything. So that stays in between my living room and and kitchen right now.
okay.
So she
Okay.
with us every day, all day.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Gratitude. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I so the event that Casey mentioned earlier called Ascension Upon Mention, um I was guided to do that last year on the anniversary of my mom's passing, which was May 2nd of 2016. And when I got the message to do it, it was 3 days before that day. And I just knew this was divine guidance. And also, most of the years prior, I'm not too much wanting to engage with people, let alone curate or be responsible for something,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I was able to still answer the call. And I did end up posting a flyer, but before that, I contacted everyone that just came to mind personally by phone call and said, hey, this is what this is about. I started doing that, made 2 phone calls, and both of those people cried when I told them what I was trying to do. I was actually doing an event to honor my mother because I haven't yet. I don't speak about her a lot. As much as I've been on microphones, I don't really go there. And so something was telling me that I was meant to share about her more intentionally, and I would make that an open mic space. But after I told the second person, and they cried because they were like, "Oh, that's so beautiful that you feel able to do that." And you're it was pretty much like a reflection thing where they're like, "I've been needing to do this, and I
Hmm.
feel like you're kind of, putting fire under my ass to do this for who I've been meaning to do it for." So I was like, "Oh, this is not just for
Yeah.
me, and my mom can still, be lifted up in a center point, but this is clearly not just for me. This is for everyone." So that's what birthed the event to say, hey, this is now about sharing. The mic is open for you to share about. your loved ones that may have transitioned, and a communal altar is set up at that point. So it's like it wasn't just, it was like a mix. I guess what I want to say is like a mix, because it also ushered me into curating, which Spirit has been
Yeah.
calling on me to speak up more and step more into leadership for years now. To the point where I know you know of the open mic called Soul Inspired. Well, it's named after me. I still didn't create it. KC created that, and he kind of took my name and lifted it up for me in a certain way, right? That's like still how I think God works through other
Yes.
people to usher you into your purpose. So that was the first thing I ever did. And even then, Casey, there was a moment, because I knew I would be emotional. And there was a moment where I passed him I said, bro, can you, can you get this? Can you do this? Because I'm needing to just be still, or be inward with my mother's energy today. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. And I just, in this moment, just feel so organic. I just want to ask you if you might be interested in featuring at something like that and partaking in the altar.
Absolutely, always.
Yeah, okay. That's a blessing.
And
I feel
she's
like,
validating it, even though she didn't hear your question because I have headphones on.
yeah, yes. That's that's baby girl. Hi. She's so cute. All right. Well, we planted the seed. Like he said, we planted the seed for not next Friday, but the following Friday, December 5th. We just planted, literally just today, talked about a date. So gratitude. What she
So,
said?
who are you? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Soul. What's your name?
Her name is Soul. Can I have the headphones back, please? No.
I like your hair. Look, you see, I got my glasses on. I'm squinting. This is so precious. I'm definitely going to I'm putting this on my calendar for a weekly, whenever I can get in, because we definitely need this space.
Yes, I have to put together the dates when the new year comes through to see what that's going to be. So we're
Okay. And you said
definitely
you were
going to do
talking
that.
about it with who?
Yeah,
There was somebody you was talking to that said we need to keep doing this. Who was that?
Silent E.
Silent E. Oh, yes, we've met. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. So she planned on like kind of co-hosting.
So, no, I don't think so. Maybe I can get her to do that. So that
Just
would be
encouraging.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, it's usually you ask me to do something, then it's like, okay, I could do that. I'll make it work. Sometimes you need that push, like you said.
Hmm.
Miss Pat Rossi was my first push when I started doing
Hey,
poetry.
that's what's up.
So
That's
it was one
beautiful.
of those going through the whole grieving process and everything, and I'm still not completely there because we do survival mode. Because I
Hmm.
co-own the house with my mom, and my daughter's like, "Yeah, Ma, you still haven't grieved yet."
Yeah.
But it's like
Yeah.
the cycles of grief don't have no rhyme or reason because anger hits out of the blue.
Yeah.
And then you
No
get this
schedule.
sadness of no schedule at all.
Yeah, because it's like you go through the steps, but then you revisit steps, and then you skip around the steps, and
And sometimes
I'm
you don't
glad. I'm like,
experience
I
certain
think,
steps.
I guess I can say it's safe to say, right, right. I think it's safe to say I may be past anger, which is nice, and of course I understand we can always revisit them, but the angry part was, it just seemed to be the most detrimental, if you make decisions out of that place, I'm like, oh, nothing really matters. I don't think I'm supposed to be doing poetry, music, trying to lift other people. None of that matters. Like that comes from anger. And imagine if I would make too much drastic decisions out of that place. So I'm grateful I can be interested and genuinely interested in things again.
Hmm. Yeah, I actually take a step back from that. When I'm
Yeah.
angry and I feel it and know it, it's like, yeah, we're not making decisions. Let's just shut down, or not even just completely
Hmm.
shut down. It's shutting out the outside noises. If I don't have to work, than let me just decompress and just watch a movie or something,
Right. Yep. Cut off the noise. So true.
put on some good music and go from
Yeah.
there. Girl, you're
Yes,
gonna hurt
ma'am.
yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Well, if you've ever like any support on this specific, venture, I'm here to support. I'll definitely share with people that I know.
Yes,
And yeah, whether it's hosting or prompting or just whatever, camaraderie, I'm down to build together.
absolutely.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love that. I love the poetry community. It's
Yeah.
like it just fostered and grew for me, especially in that past year when it's like I am an introverted extrovert. I had to finally figure that out. I like my solitude and everything, but once I'm out and get around certain right crowd of people,
Yeah,
I'm good, very outgoing. Other times it's different.
yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I can relate. I can relate. Yeah. And it is like just because you're a people person doesn't mean you want to do people all the time. And just because you're
Exactly.
introverted doesn't mean that you want to be alone. So the balance in
Yeah.
between. Yeah.
My thing is what people get from the poetry is what I always look forward to.
Mm,
So since we was talking about moms,
yeah.
I'm gonna read my piece, Legacy of Family. So the pretty girl is over here near the desk messing with stuff.
Hmm.
When my mother passed, I was left with a legacy of family. The underlying base of support, starting with the matriarch, the groundwork that sets the foundation built on love, respect, and security. Lessons learned watching the women navigate the day to day, stay at home or working mom. Head of the family, Nana, 8 boys, 1 daughter, the second oldest, conditioned to be wife and mother. That inner composition that helps you live while stuck in a prison outlined by societal norms and gender expectations. Holidays, Nana's, mandatory but not. She loved the boys more, respected the women less. Intentional living, sense of belonging while losing your identity, the complexities of motherhood. Repeating the same monotonous task. As a child, she was taught self control, listening, teamwork, how to manage emotions through games. Tag, red light, green light, mother, may I? Yes, you may. Playing house did not teach her about tantrums, meltdowns, societal judgment, partner participation, deadbeat daddy, honey, can you? Preteen, the turning of ages when girls take from their foundation, building strong bonds, finding a sense of self, transforming from girl to goddess. Adolescence, high school, the mystery, who am I? Growing up is hard, the friendships, the pressure to be perfect, anxiety, feeling like you are not good enough. Having to keep up grades, extracurricular activities with a million different choices about the rest of your life. The daunting, heavy pressure. Career driven, hard working, established, married, pregnant women were built to create life. Motherhood is not sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. Motherhood is a violent act. At birth, the child rips its way out of you, or you are cut with a knife, organs removed, returned, and sewn up. That feeling you died when your child was born. Pushing down a rage and anger that burns a hole in the pit of your stomach, lost and alone. A partner, simplistic, not questioning, just accepting, abandoning with best efforts. Motherhood births a primal urge. Your existence revolves around them. The conception, a myth. No village, mocked by culture, popular culture, self-help books telling you you are a terrible mother. Called Dr. Lipschitz. Feeling dumb, not smart, not happy around childless friends, once gung-ho to be godmother. Feeling pathetic, insignificant, mommy and me groups, baby sing-alongs, story time, resisting friendships and other mothers just because they are mothers. When I look back at the foundation of the women before me, I felt their strength, I saw their weaknesses, I gained perspective. My mother's love language, acts of service. Girl Scouts helped her set the foundation for giving. Poetry helped set my foundation for healing. Motherhood does not have to steal your identity. Motherhood is the foundation of what families are built on. Motherhood is the most powerful love there is, transforming, recreating, resurrecting the woman I am meant to be. Not left feeling guilty for goals that took longer than expected. Life is too short. The last conversation I remember is her telling me to be unapologetically me as I continue the legacy, the role of matriarch, setting the foundation for the generations to come.
It was powerful. Thank you.
You are welcome. Help you.
Yeah,
You
I put
putting
me
all my
in
stickies all over the
contemplation.
place. That was one of those pieces that just really had me to take that step back and just look at the different women in our lives.
Mm.
Like my grandmother was that strong, silent type that want to fight you in a heartbeat kind of a deal, just with that look. And she had those ears that could hear what you said from across the house, not even across one room. You could be in the kitchen, she in the living room, and she hearing you. Um,
Ionic
but she
ears.
just yes, but she doted on the men. She loved the women. They did their roles, their responsibilities, but she doted on the men in the family.
Mm.
And then my mom, just being the oldest girl, was like, it wasn't until her funeral, which is the craziest thing, the fights that we have and everything, is you get to see more. Like I was prepared to do her eulogy,
Mm.
and the minister there, from talking to family, her brothers walking around, he took it out of my hands.
Mm.
He literally took it out of my hands, and he spoke about her being a part of the Girl Scouts and her acts of services and everything. It was like, damn, you just blew my mind and made me love my mother even twice as much than I already did. And it was like just the most amazing thing.
That's amazing. Yeah. Shout out to the Girl Scouts.
Yes.
I was one of them once upon a time. So have you done eulogy? Have you done anyone's eulogy?
Mm, that I've had to read? No.
That's a different type of writing, you know?
I wrote her eulogy. I
Yeah.
just didn't get to read it.
Oh, that's what you were saying when you said he took it out of your hand. You meant literally.
Literally.
I thought you meant yeah, like he took it out of your hands.
No.
It's like,
He literally
okay,
said that
yeah.
he was moved and he's never done that before.
But
So
okay,
he
so he
was
delivered
moved
it.
by
He
the
gave it
love,
the
the joy.
extra,
Yes,
yeah.
he absolutely did. And the funny thing, on both my mom and dad's services, it poured. And then you
Interesting.
get the sunshine and you got rain for both of them.
Joy and pain.
Yes.
I like sunshine.
Rain. The funny
Oh
thing
man.
is, my sister didn't know I was going to sing for her that day
Hmm.
because not a lot, but enough. Being a part of the Girl Scouts, there was all the Girl Scout songs that we would do. And every time we went camping, my mom and my sister wanted to sing, and I'm like, oh, and I hated it. It's like, no. So I was going to come with at least one of the songs and give her
Yeah.
the first three lines of it, but I didn't have to.
That right. She knew the deal. Or you remember the name of the one you chose?
um, it was one of it was Make New Friends
Make me what?
because that was one Make New Friends.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So that was one of them, but I can't think there was one song that the two of them liked that I absolutely don't know the words of at all. So I would have to go and find her eulogy to absolutely tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, brings back memories. Camp songs.
It's
Yeah.
funny, I actually have the family playlist playing behind me. You guys can't hear it, but I have it playing behind me, and the song on right now is Stand By Me.
Oh, you said the family playlist?
Yes.
I want to hear this playlist. What's it on?
So I put it together on YouTube. So it
Oh,
was
good. It's on YouTube. Everybody's always on Spotify. Can I hear it or it's
no,
private?
no, I will post it and make it public. So
Yeah,
it
cool.
started with my uncle's playlist. So when my uncle passed in 2012, he had gotten killed.
Mm,
Um, when we do the funeral services and everything, it's not 100% religious based because we don't follow that completely. So for me, it was reaching out to family members and it's tell me a song that reminded you of him.
that's
And that's how
nice.
we created the list. And then with my mom, one of my nieces, my middle niece, she sings. So she picked out the two songs that she wanted to sing. So everybody just contributed a lot of different stuff. One of my uncles, Tennessee Whiskey, is that song that starts it
Yeah.
all off because he was a drinker, but it wasn't the drinking or anything that killed him. But
Mhm.
it was like that song just was his song kind of a deal.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Pat Rossi. Do we got you all sensitive and emotional over there?
I'm always sensitive and emotional, Tony.
I know.
It's the story of my life. I have no more children here.
I
They are
see.
now on their way home.
Where you headed home from?
No, her
I'm sorry.
grandbaby was sleeping, so her grandbaby just
Oh,
got
okay.
picked up, so now she can talk
Yeah,
with us.
They headed home.
yeah.
Got you. Yeah.
Ah,
So I am
I might
in
have
here.
to
One of
bring
my
that Tennessee
mom's,
whiskey. What's
yes,
that?
oh, one of my mom's favorite songs. And if you knew my mom, she was like that low-key sweet woman kind of a deal, but her one of her favorite songs was called Stroking by Clarence Carter.
Hey,
Hmm.
is that the one that go, I be stroking?
Yep.
I be stroking. I learned that from Medea. When back when Medea was making when the plays was out, when they was funny, when he was doing the bootleg plays on DVD. Yeah. I never heard nobody play that song though at like a casual playlist.
Oh, it's on that playlist that I will be sharing with you. It's definitely on there, and I just got paid. Those were her two clubbing songs that
Oh
she would
yeah,
go dancing to.
Johnny Kemp.
Yes.
R.I.P. to him.
All right. The Girl Scout song was um it was Campfire, Old Girl Scout song, each campfire lights. So I don't know the name of it, but the line was each campfire lights anew, the flames of friendship true, the joy we had in knowing you. So that was the line that I
Mm,
gave for her. And then I
that's
think the
nice.
other one was whene'er you make a promise, consider well its importance in when we made engraved it upon your heart. So
Mm,
those were the two songs that I found for her. And I was like, okay, let me do that.
yeah, that's beautiful. I'm noting them. See if I remember them.
Miss Rossi, you got a piece of poetry for us?
I actually don't. But let me find one. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Okay, poet.
Yeah. We got 10 minutes, so you should close us out since everything's supposed to end on a very happy note, right?
It
Yes.
is. Let's see. Let me hold on one second. Ay, ay, ay. Uh,
And this will be on YouTube.
Okay.
It is recording and it will end up on YouTube as well.
Like, I'm gonna have to subscribe to your YouTube.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff that be out there, just I don't post my stuff and put enough of it out there. But I did. So if you go back for preparing for this event, there is a post with a poem, I believe, that I put together for each day with a
Okay.
means for people to be able to stay connected.
Okay, Tony Rose, I'll do this one that I wrote for my dad since we were talking about parents and
Yes.
transitions and all that. So it's called Dad Remember When. Oh, and hold on, my Bluetooth's about to, no, it should hold up for the rest of this. Dad, remember when I was a little girl and I was just about 2? In that little room on Providence Street, you taught me how to tie my shoes. Then, when I was 5 years old and Lisa was almost 3, she went from climbing radiators to climbing up and jumping out of trees. The summer I turned 7 was one of the most fun of all because that's the summer Ricky came and was my show and tell that fall. The years they passed so quickly as we both began to age, but the memories stayed so vivid and never seemed to fade. The days at Parkview Field hitting balls and running track, the time you gave was endless as I sit here looking back. Then came those college visits to Northeastern and Syracuse. How did we go so far so fast when yesterday we were tying shoes? College graduation came and I looked up to you with pride, knowing if it wasn't for your lessons, I would not have taken that amazing ride. I'll never forget car shopping when I bought my pride and joy, a black Mustang with red interior. You reminded me it wasn't a toy. We closed our eyes to briefly blink, then opened them to see you walking me down the aisle to another man to love and care for me. Then, before you had a chance to enjoy your empty nest, Marissa came into the world and put grandparenting to the test. Michael and Josh would follow, and it was very clear that the smile on your face could light a room when they were near. Then tragedy would strike us when God called mom to come home. After all those years together, you now felt all alone. It seemed like things were looking up when God sent us Anthony, but we would soon realize that happiness was not meant to be. God took away our little angel from Josh and Deb and Rick. The pain seemed uncontrollable. The sorrow made us sick. But in true Martin fashion, we turned a low into a high and had a scholarship put in the name of our special little guy. From that came your desire to obtain your bachelor's degree. Now I understood the pride you always had in me. You worked so very hard to overcome the obstacles you faced. Not blindness or a heart attack would make you slow your pace. At an age when most retire, you set your master's as your goal. You were a great example that one is never too old. The stroke we thought would end your dreams of earning that degree pushed you even harder. What an inspiration you would be. But finally, after many years, diabetes and heart disease finally took their toll when you were just 3 classes shy of achieving that master's goal. After all the hard work you put in to get that far, I wasn't going to let you leave this earth without shooting one more par. I wrote a letter on your behalf to the dean of URI, suggesting how they could give them that master's to a truly amazing guy. They looked at my suggestions and did finally agree that based on the work you had done so far, they would award you your degree. Unfortunately, the decision came after you and God concurred that you were much too tired and would leave us with these words: be good to other people because that's what life is all about. and not to focus, excuse me, and to focus on a person's life, not how they ended up going out. The decision on your masters came on the day we had your wake. When Kathy Pino whispered in my ear, I thought my heart would break. But then suddenly I realized you knew exactly what she said, because a part of you will live on in me, in the chambers of my heart and the brain inside my head. When Lisa, Ricky, and I walked across the stage to accept your degree, I didn't really feel it was being received posthumously. Because, Dad, I know that you were there, not in one, but in three.
Nice. Oh, that just gave me the chills.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the stuff, being able to talk about it. It's the hardest thing to do because you just miss the hell out of everybody. But if we don't talk about them, then they can't live on.
Well, it's funny because at work, I had a little shrine on my desk that had a picture of my mom and dad, and up together. I had pictures of them alone, and I had a picture of my nephew, Anthony. And people would, especially about Anthony, they would like, why do you have his picture on your desk? Doesn't that make you sad? I'm like, but why shouldn't I have his picture on my desk? He
Hmm.
existed in my life, even though it was for a short time. He existed in my life. I held him when he died. Like, why would I not want to keep his picture so I could see his face and remember this small child who had so much charisma and was loved by so many? Why would I want to not accept the fact that he did exist?
Right.
Like, it never made sense to me why it bothered people so much that I had a picture of my dead nephew on my desk. But we don't hide pictures of other people when they die.
Exactly.
Or we shouldn't, right? We shouldn't hide them. In fact, we want to have them present, especially for the ones who came after they were gone. Like, I want my grandchildren ask me questions all the time about the pictures I have up of my parents and my grandmother and my uncle and all the people who were gone. And I tell them the stories, right? That's how we keep people's memories alive, by telling the stories, keeping them visible, not hiding them away in a box somewhere, right?
Exactly.
You know? So,
Exactly.
but the weirdest thing for me right now is to watch my brother. Like, he looks so much like my dad,
Hmm.
and it's crazy. It's like watching a younger version of my dad go through that, because my dad had dementia toward the end. And now it's like, even though dementia and Alzheimer's are different, they're very similar in a lot of ways,
Yes.
you know. And it's just the quickness of it. Because with my dad, it happened real fast too. It was like he was fine. He fell at the hospital, had a brain bleed, and the next thing we know, he's got dementia. Like, it was like quick, quick, quick. And now with my brother, this diagnosis was, it happened, and he's just it's going fast, and
Mm.
it's kind of crazy. Um, but it's like
When is he
watching
coming
my dad.
rolling?
Um, Actually, next week. So
Oh, good.
they had until the end of December for my nephew's lease to go out, and they were just going to wait till the end of December. But they're coming back for Thanksgiving, and they're just staying. They're not going to go back to Florida. It's too hard. It's too much.
Yeah.
Like, and Josh and Shannon just had another baby. So now they have an infant and a 2-year old. And, you know, there's Sean, the young man. Well, he's not young anymore. He's almost 40. But my brother and Debbie have had him since he was like 10. And his behaviors have been, because he understands that there's something wrong with my brother.
Yeah.
So it's affecting him, and his behaviors are like spiking up. And so now Debbie's got him and my brother. Like she literally, like when we went there, when I went to Florida and we were at Disney, like one of us had to constantly have my brother right by our side. She
Mm-hmm.
usually actually, because there were so many of us, she didn't have to hold his hand, but she has to hold, when she's by herself, she has to hold my brother's hand and Sean's hand, because if my brother goes, he'll just wander off. He'll just
Yeah.
wander off and not know where the hell he is. He got lost in their apartment building. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of
I
crazy,
believe it.
you know. And it's like I'm 7 years older than him. So my brain says this should be me, not him, because he's
Mm.
7 years younger than me. Not supposed to be
But
this
there's
way.
no rhyme or reason how it hits.
Yep, there isn't. But yeah, so that poem I read about my dad, like it's kind of, that section that I wrote, because that year, I was 7 when my brother was born, and I did bring him to school for show and tell. When the teacher passed out the suggestion list of show and tell stuff, I read the list and I was like, I raised my hand and said, Mrs. Valley, I don't see baby brother on the list. And she said, well, because it's not on the list. I said, well, can you add it? Because I have a brand new baby brother and I'm bringing him for show and tell. And she was like, okay. And she did.
Mm.
And I brought him in for show and tell. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. And I remind him of that every so often. You were my show
Mm.
and tell kid. Yeah. But I don't know.
So
Life
now
is
it's
funny.
time to rebuild those memories. It is. I
I mean,
appreciate you guys for showing up today.
I FaceTime a lot because it helps, I think, to FaceTime to that. I have a love-hate relationship with technology. You know that, Miss Rose.
Yes, I do.
Right. So, but the good thing about it is that when you have people who are, distant, now you can actually still see them. It's not just hearing the voices anymore. You like this, like, right? We can see each other. We don't just have to hear voices. We can actually we're like in the same room, but we're not, right?
Exactly.
So, but anyway, thank you for having us. I'm glad I joined. I'm
Mhm.
sorry I couldn't be more present, but you know, with that little
That's
one asleep on
okay.
me. And I don't like moving. When she's sleeping, I don't move because when she wakes up, all hell breaks loose. So
Mm.
I stayed
I can
still
understand that.
and quiet until her mom and dad came. They took her, she's gone, and now I can talk.
Nice. The song that is playing right now would be my grandmother's song, Misty Blues. Yes. And that's the song that's just taking it home. So whenever I'm like questioning so many things, and that's a really old school song. You don't hear that on the radio frequently, and that pops on. It's like, okay, Nana's telling me to do this.
Yeah, I heard that song first from one of the earliest albums I ever had was Monica.
She's so young, Tony Rose.
I
Yeah,
know. That's
Monica,
okay.
yeah. Monica Monica did. I know it's not the original, that's why I said
But I haven't heard that one.
Monica
See,
did
now
a
I'm gonna
remake.
have to go find that. And you're gonna hear this because I'm gonna go in, set up my YouTube to make sure you have it, and I will send you my link.
Gratitude. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. All right, ladies, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and find some food now.
Yes,
Thank
Fill,
you.
yes.
fill your belly.
Yes.
Make a pe-
Thank you for holding
make a peanut
space.
butter and jelly.
It's peanut
No,
butter
you
jelly
gotta come
time.
do it with extra love.
Yeah.
My mommy not here to make it for me now, so I need somebody else to make it for me with extra love.
Okay.
Y'all be toasting the bread on the
So,
PB and J.
yes, you have to sometimes.
You got to toast the bread on the PB and J, make it gourmet.
Hmm.
Tony will
See?
tell you the peanut butter and jelly story someday.
Okay, but
I
next
will.
time we're gonna be here next month.
Yes, we
All
will.
right, ladies.
All right,
Well,
peace
I
and
hope
love.
Have a good
you
night.
both enjoy your evening. Have a good one.
Attitude. Love.
How am I leaving here? All right, Miss Rose. Have a good night.
You too. That is too funny. Stroking just came on. Bye.
On that note.
Yes.